Don't react. Instead, cut them off silently. Once you do this, you will never be the same. Introduction. In the vast tapestry of human interaction, where emotions and impulses collide, the timeless counsel to not react has long been upheld as a cornerstone of emotional intelligence. It's a phrase whispered in moments of frustration, a mantra chanted in the face of provocation. The wisdom it carries speaks to the power of restraint, the ability to maintain composure even in the most turbulent of circumstances. Yet, beneath this seemingly simple advice lies a profound question. What if there exists a more profound, transformative approach to managing our responses within the intricate dynamics of human relationships and societal encounters? The notion of passive non-reaction has often been misconstrued as a suppression of emotions, a stifling of genuine expression in favor of an artificial veneer of control. However, what if there is a nuanced alternative? One that transcends the mere suppression of reactions and instead advocates for a deliberate, conscious disengagement from toxic influences? What if, rather than simply bottling up our emotions, we chose to silently sever the ties that bind us to negativity and toxicity? This study embarks on an exploration of precisely this question, delving deep into the subtle yet profound impact of a strategy that advocates for the intentional cessation of engagement with detrimental influences, far from advocating for emotional detachment or apathy. This approach proposes a radical shift in perspective, one that empowers individuals to reclaim agency over their emotional landscapes, fostering personal growth and liberation in the process. At its core, this study seeks to unravel the intricate interplay between external stimuli and internal responses, probing the underlying mechanisms that govern our reactions to the world around us, drawing upon insights from psychology, sociology, and neuroscience. We aim to elucidate the intricate web of influences that shape our emotional terrain, shedding light on the often unseen forces that govern our behavior and thought patterns. Central to our investigation is the concept of toxicity, a nebulous yet pervasive phenomenon that permeates our lives in myriad forms, whether manifesting as toxic relationships, environments, or thought patterns. Toxicity exerts a corrosive influence on our well-being, eroding our sense of self and hindering our ability to flourish in the face of such pervasive negativity. The traditional admonition to not react may seem woefully inadequate, akin to applying a bandage to a festering wound. Instead, we propose a more radical solution: the deliberate and conscious act of cutting off these toxic influences at their source, thereby preventing their insidious effects from taking root in our lives. This study ventures into uncharted territory, exploring the transformative potential of this strategy across diverse contexts and settings. Through a combination of empirical research, theoretical analysis, and real-world case studies, we aim to elucidate the manifold benefits of adopting a proactive stance towards emotional well-being. By reframing our approach from reactive suppression to proactive disengagement, we empower individuals to take ownership of their emotional responses, cultivating a greater sense of autonomy and resilience in the face of adversity. Moreover, our inquiry extends beyond the realm of individual psychology, encompassing broader societal implications of this paradigm shift. In an age characterized by unprecedented levels of interconnectedness and information overload, the need for emotional resilience has never been more pressing. From the toxic echo chambers of social media to the corrosive influence of negative news cycles, the modern world presents a multitude of challenges to our emotional well-being. In this context, the ability to discern and disengage from toxic influences becomes not only a personal imperative, but also a collective necessity. Through our research, we seek to equip individuals with the tools and insights needed to navigate this complex landscape with clarity and Purpose? By fostering a deeper understanding of the dynamics of toxicity and resilience, we empower individuals to cultivate healthier relationships, both with themselves and with others. In doing so, we aspire to foster a culture of emotional intelligence and well-being, one where the age-old adage to not react is transformed into a rallying cry for empowerment and self-determination. In summary, this study represents a bold departure from conventional wisdom, challenging the notion that emotional mastery lies in the suppression of reactions. Instead, we propose a paradigm shift, one that advocates for the deliberate and proactive disengagement from toxic influences, thereby paving the way for personal growth and liberation. As we embark on this journey of exploration and discovery, we invite readers to join us in reimagining the possibilities for emotional well-being in a world fraught with challenges and opportunities alike. Understanding reactivity and its pitfalls. Reacting impulsively to external stimuli is a natural human tendency, whether it's a snide remark from a colleague, an unexpected setback, or a confrontation with a loved one. Our immediate response is often driven by emotion rather than rationality. While reacting can provide a temporary release, it often exacerbates conflicts, damages relationships, and undermines our own well-being. Moreover, constant reactivity can trap us in a cycle of negativity, preventing us from moving forward and realizing our full potential. The silent cutoff, a radical shift in perspective. Contrary to conventional wisdom, the silent cutoff represents a radical departure from reactive behavior. Instead of engaging in verbal or emotional exchanges, this approach involves quietly severing ties with individuals or situations that no longer serve our best interests. Whether it's distancing oneself from toxic relationships, letting go of past grievances, or disengaging from harmful habits, the silent cutoff empowers individuals to reclaim their agency and redefine their boundaries. The power of detachment. At the heart of the silent cutoff lies the principle of detachment, the ability to observe without judgment and detach oneself from the emotional turmoil of the situation. By cultivating a sense of inner peace and resilience, individuals can navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity, rather than being swept away by the tide of external events. They maintain a sense of autonomy and control over their own destiny, breaking free from emotional chains. One of the most profound implications of the silent cutoff is its capacity to liberate individuals from emotional bondage. By releasing attachment to negative emotions such as anger, resentment, and fear, individuals can transcend the limitations of their past experiences and embrace a future filled with possibility. This liberation enables them to cultivate healthier relationships, pursue their passions, and unlock their true potential. The transformative journey. Implementing the silent cutoff is not without its challenges. It requires courage, self-awareness, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. However, the rewards far outweigh the costs. As individuals embark on this transformative journey, they discover a newfound sense of clarity, purpose, and authenticity. They no longer feel beholden to external expectations or societal norms, but instead chart their own course based on their inner truth. Embracing radical self-love. Central to the philosophy of the silent cutoff is the concept of radical self-love, the practice of prioritizing one's own well-being and happiness above all else. By honoring their own needs and boundaries, individuals cultivate a deep sense of self-respect and self-worth. This self-love serves as a guiding light, illuminating the path towards greater fulfillment. The ripple effect. The impact of the silent cutoff extends far beyond the individual. As individuals free themselves from toxic influences and embrace a more authentic way of living, they inspire others to do the same. Through their words and actions, they become beacons of hope and catalysts for positive change in their communities and beyond. Conclusion. In the culmination of our exploration into the concept of the silent cutoff, we arrive at a profound realization. It embodies a seismic shift in our approach to interpersonal dynamics and personal evolution. Far from being a passive act of avoidance or suppression, the silent cutoff represents a courageous departure from convention, a departure that holds the promise of profound transformation and liberation. At its essence, the silent cutoff is not merely a strategy for managing external stimuli. It is a deeply introspective journey into the heart of self-discovery. By refraining from reactionary responses and instead choosing the path of quiet disengagement from toxic influences, individuals embark on a voyage of profound significance, a voyage that leads them to the very core of their being. Central to this journey is the practice of detachment, a practice that requires individuals to cultivate a sense of inner peace and equanimity amidst the chaos of the external world. In the face of adversity and negativity, the ability to detach oneself from harmful influences becomes an act of self-preservation, a declaration of sovereignty over one's own emotional landscape. Through this practice, individuals reclaim agency over their lives, no longer beholden to the whims of external forces, but instead guided by the steady compass of their innermost convictions. Moreover, the silent cutoff is an affirmation of radical self-love, an acknowledgement of one's inherent worth and dignity. In choosing to sever ties with toxic influences, individuals affirm their right to cultivate relationships and environments that nurture their growth and well-being. It is an act of self-care, a refusal to compromise on one's values or integrity for the sake of external validation. In embracing this radical form of self-love, individuals transcend the limitations of societal expectations and embrace the fullness of their authentic selves. Yet, perhaps most importantly, the silent cutoff is an invitation to authenticity, a call to embrace the truth of who we are, unapologetically and unabashedly, in a world that often demands conformity and pretense. The act of quietly cutting off toxic influences is an act of rebellion, a refusal to play by society's rules at the expense of our own authenticity. Through this act of defiance, individuals create space for genuine connection and meaningful relationships, relationships grounded in mutual respect and understanding, in paving the way for a brighter, more fulfilling future. The silent cutoff holds the potential to ripple outward, touching the lives of all those with whom we come into contact. As we embark on this journey of self-discovery and liberation, we become beacons of hope and inspiration for others, illuminating the path towards a more compassionate and empathetic world. In conclusion, the silent cutoff is not merely a strategy for navigating the complexities of human interaction. It is a profound testament to the power of resilience, authenticity, and radical self-love. Through the practice of detachment, individuals reclaim agency over their lives, forging a path towards personal growth and liberation. In doing so, they not only transform themselves, but also inspire others to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery and empowerment. As we stand on the threshold of possibility, let us embrace the silent cutoff as a guiding principle that leads us towards a future filled with possibility and promise.